Hi everyone, Alliyah here from the Rise Project here at Be Arts. In today's video we are going to be creating tuna fish cakes and wedges from scratch. Now tuna traditionally is a sandwich filling, possibly a jacket potato filling as well, but today the humble tin tuna is going to become tuna fish cakes. We hope you enjoy this video as much as we enjoy creating them for you. Okay guys, so to make tuna fish cakes what we need is 500 grams of mashed potatoes. So you can use leftovers should you have some, but today as I don't have any I will be boiling potatoes from fresh. So here I have 500 grams of wonky potatoes. I'm going to peel them, chop them up and then boil them. Now, the difference between a wonky potato and a standard potato that's priced a bit more highly in the supermarkets is basically appearance. They taste absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. So if you're looking at saving money, wonky vegetables are the way to go. So here I am peeling some potatoes. As I said, I'm going to chop them up and then I'm going to boil them until they're soft. After that, I will be mashing them. You don't need to add any cream or any butter or anything like that. We're just looking at mashing the potatoes to add to the fish cake mix. So here I have my potatoes that have been boiled. I've also allowed them to cool down and I'm going to give them a quick mash with a potato masher. What you want to do is have smooth potatoes because nobody really wants lumpy potatoes in their tuna fish cakes. So give them a nice squish down and mash them down as much as possible. If your potatoes are nice and soft and tender, this shouldn't really take that long. And of course, if you've got leftover potatoes, you won't need to do this step at all. Once you've mashed your potatoes, you're going to be adding 1 tin of drained tuna to the potatoes. Make sure you get all the tuna out and plonk it in with the rest of the tuna and potatoes. Now we're going to add some flavourings to the actual tuna and potato, and what I've got here is garlic granules, and we're going to add half a teaspoon of garlic granules to the mixture. I will also be adding salt and pepper, and we're going to give that a good stir to get all the ingredients mixed well to create these fish cakes. Now of course today we're using tuna. You can use other cooked fish if you have any around, so maybe you want to try some smoked mackerel fillets or something else that's a bit more frugal too. You can do, they'll taste just as amazing, but for the sake of today's video and today's recipe we are using the humble tuna. So give that mixture a nice firm stir. I've also added in salt and pepper as the flavourings, and of course you can add other things in there too. So if you do like herbs, by all means add some herbs. You do have some herbs in the actual food pack should you wish to use them, but if you do want to leave these plain, you can leave them plain too. Now what you should have is a bowl that looks a bit like Play-Doh, and that means your mixture is now ready to create your fish cakes. This mixture is enough to create 8 small to medium sized fish cakes. And as we're going to be serving our fish cakes with potato wedges, that portion size is absolutely fine for 4 people. So it works out at 2 fish cakes per person. So here I am creating the fish cake. I'm taking a tablespoon of mixture and with my hands I'm creating the actual fish cake. to stop the mixture from sticking to your hands, you may want to dampen them every now and then to stop it from all getting too sticky. And here I am again, carrying on the process of creating the fish cakes until I run out of mixture. And as I've divided it up equally, I will be having 8 fish cakes in total. Now, if this is too fast for you pace-wise, you can take your time creating the fish cakes. I've created these a few times, and that's why I may be a bit faster than if you were trying this recipe out for the first time. So take your time, pause the video if you need to, and do it at your own pace. Cooking shouldn't feel stressful, so don't stress yourself out. Take it nice and slow, and cook at a pace that is suitable for you. Now once you've shaped all your fish cakes, you can put them onto a tray and leave them in the fridge for say half an hour to firm them up, or you can fry them straight away. Now here you will see I've got a bowl with breadcrumbs and a bowl with 1 egg whipped in the bowl. And what I'm going to do is dip the fish cake into the egg mixture, which is just 1 egg that has been cracked into a bowl and beaten with a fork. And I'm then going to dip the same fish cake into the breadcrumbs to coat it. Now, if you feel your fish cakes feel a bit too soft, you can place them in the fridge for around half an hour or so and allow them to firm up a bit should you wish to. For those of you that don't wish to dip the fish cake into egg, I have tried this recipe where I've dipped the fish cake directly into the breadcrumbs and fried it, and that's worked fine too. So if you don't wish to dip it into egg and then into the breadcrumbs, you can directly dip it into the breadcrumbs to fry it. Now I've placed 2 tablespoons of oil into a large frying pan, and once that oil is warm, not hot, we don't want it to burn the fish cakes, I'm placing the fish cakes into the pan and I'm going to fry them until they're lightly golden brown on each side. This takes about 3 to 4 minutes, sometimes longer, depending on how much heat is in the actual frying pan. Try not to add too many fish cakes to the pan, because the more you put into the pan, the quicker the temperature drops. So we want to keep the temperature going so that we can actually cook at a reasonably fast pace, because this recipe shouldn't take hours, it should take less time than that. Now, after about 3 minutes or so, I will be turning over the fish cakes. Now, to help you, it may be useful to have a spatula or something similar to help you turn over the fish cakes so that you don't actually break them or mush them up in the pan as it was. So here we are turning them over, and we're going to cook them for roughly the same amount of time on the other side. And we're going to repeat this process with all the fish cakes until we've fried them all off. And as easy as that may have been, you've actually cooked your fish cakes. And that's how easy it actually was. And there you have it. Homemade tuna fish cakes. Now these tuna fish cakes taste absolutely amazing with just tomato ketchup, but today we want to serve these with potato wedges. So if you click on the potato wedges recipe video, you'll be able to see how we created them from scratch.